I am Chief Iyare Ehondor, the Ehondor of Benin, the 19th custodian of the title. The Ehondor of Benin title holder is regarded as the royal butcher, who is in charge of the slaughtering of sacrificial animals for the Oba during the festival. Amongst others, is also the head of the Obia deity, as well as the Koko masquerade deity. The Ehondor title is a hereditary title, but from what I understand, prior to its becoming hereditary, it was a ceremonial title, and it became hereditary during the time of Oba the Law, when my ancestors had gotten married to the daughter of Oba the Law, who is the sister to Oba Vorame. Then the title was made hereditary. Okay, so the Ehondor title dates back to the era of the fourth Oba of Benin. That was Oba Ewedo. That was around 1260. At that time, the Oba needed somebody who could, someone who was trustworthy enough to distribute the spoils of war. And the inaugural title holder had done that excellently well. And so that title was bestowed upon him to handle such activities. Okay, so the Ehondor title belongs to the Biwe Group Society, which is the third in ranking among the palace groups in Benin Kingdom. So yes, he's a member of the Biwe Society. So as earlier stated, the Oba needed somebody who was trustworthy to distribute the spoils of war. And the person who had done that initially had done it perfectly well. So that's how the title was created. Amongst that, the Oba needed somebody who would, that person also handle the slaughtering of animals during the festival, right? And the distribution of, so amongst the distribution of the spoils of war, he also handled distributions of meat sharing between the various palace societies and other notable personalities within the palace group. So that person had done that successfully. It became the function of the Ehondor. So once the festival is ongoing, during the times where sacrificial animals are used, parts are distributed to palace groups and societies, and the Ehondor is in charge of that. Not physical distribution, but sharing of the meats. Yeah. First title holder wasn't my lineage. It became hereditary in my own lineage, and yeah. So I do not have information of the first Ehondor. Yeah. First, if there's a will, there's a way. And being a professional, I understand the importance of delegation. There are instances I may not be available, and there are functions that I cannot delegate traditionally, and I have to be present. And being able to plan and prioritize is also important. So being a professional, I'm able to schedule my leave, my vacation period, to coincide with the time of the festival, being December, where I would give my own divided attention to the service of the Oba of Benin and the kingdom. Other functions can be delegated, but not my traditional function as the Ehondor of Benin. So I'm able to just oppose being a professional and also being a chief. And I think I'm doing that very well, if I must say. Okay, speaking to my connection to the Obia deity, the Oba of Benin is the overall head of the Obia, of all deities. I'm only representative of the Oba of Benin, so that makes me the spiritual head of the Obia deity. And the Obia deity is present in 210 communities in Benin Kingdom, with priests called them here, who oversee the shrines or sanctuaries, as you may call them. So Ehondor, being the representative of the Oba, makes him the head of the spiritual head of the deity, and also the Koko deity. It's just from Ute. The Koko deity, masquerade from Ute, is also the Ehondor also oversees that too. I think growing up, people had expected or had seen chiefs to be elderly people, right? And coming to see someone as young as I am being a chief and holding a prominent position in Benin Kingdom, it begs for attention, or it calls for attention for people who are very much interested in tradition. And seeing that I'm not just a young person, I'm also a professional, and I'm carrying on the legacy of my forefathers, I think it was worth it. It was it was worth it, because people would want to understand how such a young person is actively involved in the preservation and the promotion of culture and tradition in Benin Kingdom, and he's doing it very well. Like I would always say that I'm doing my best, and will continue to do my best in doing that. So first, this is my the 2024 Uge Festival was my inaugural participation as the Ehondor of Benin. Yes, my first time actively carrying out my function as the royal butcher, being a large Igwe festival, being an open Igwe festival, so we'll call it, or being my inaugural performance during the Igwe festival. Proud to this time, I was an onlooker, like I would say, although my dad had been the Ehondor of Benin, but I wasn't really active in terms of performing roles. So this the 2024 Igwe Festival was intriguing. It was a huge success. It was a display of royalty and glamour, as I would say. Chiefs coming out, guests coming to witness the rich culture and tradition of Benin Kingdom, who are also considered as advocates to cultural tourism, because they would, by extension, promote what they have seen through social media and print media too. So yes, it's something I've always known I was going to do. The only prayer would have been to have done it at a later time, right? Have I been doing this? No. Have I been watching my dad do it? Yes. There are video clips and pictures of me standing next to him, seeing him do what he does, what he did at that time. And it is jittery. I'll say yes. You're performing in front of the Oba of Benin. And also in front of other people. Not to make mistakes, not to make errors, but also knowing that God and ancestors will also guide you in carrying out your functions. And yes, the Oba of Benin, Iyare II, be the father, was homely to me. I remember going to give him the knife, Abeze, to for him to give me permission to continue, and he was smiling to me, like he knows it's my first time, and I wasn't it wasn't short of his expectation, I would assume. It was joyful, and that gave me the courage I needed. It gave me the moral support I needed to say, okay, I have the blessings of the Oba of Benin to carry out my function, and the ancestors were with me too. Okay, first I'll say Happy New Year to everybody. Celebrate. Um, I would like to advocate for the active promotion and preservation of our culture and tradition, because only by that will it not go extinct. And not just the physical part of it, also the verbal theoretical part, which will be the languages. If we do not actively preserve our culture, crafts, it will go extinct, and it's just a matter of time. So I'm calling on all meaningful Edo people to join and support the Oba of Benin in his dedicated spirit to promote and preserve our culture and tradition, just like I'm doing, and pass it on from one generation to another. Thank you. Umogunga tope se